In quote-unquote normal times, Foodlink has two main priorities. The first is to make sure that the emergency food needs of our region are met, that people have the access to food that they need on any given day. The second priority is to really look at the root causes of hunger and address those in a really proactive way through a lot of innovative programming. What COVID has forced us to do is to really focus mainly on that first priority, to put our resources back towards meeting the emergency needs of our entire community.
COVID was a profound dislocation of food sources, not just the financing and the ability to buy it, but also the location to get it, the ability to get there, transportation, everything was strained immediately.
So throughout our planning process in February and then certainly into March, it became very clear that our number one priority would be to make sure that children were fed. We knew that if the public health crisis was here locally, a lot of children would be out of school, specifically children in the city of Rochester who receive breakfast and lunch in a school setting and oftentimes a third meal every single day. And that burden for families in the city of Rochester of serving that many additional meals to their family and having to support that financially, we knew would be a different type of crisis for our area. So that became our number one goal, is to fill that gap, to make sure that we were able to get meals to kids and families in need.
When the COVID hit, figuring out how we want to get these meals to the kids, not only the ones that were allowed in the building, but also the ones that weren't in the building, it was very challenging.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I mean, the kids doing schoolwork plus trying to make sure we keep food in the house and keep food on the table. We're not used to them being home all the time.
We know for a fact, and there's lots of data and research to back this up, that if a kid does not have significant food to eat and healthy food to eat, that it is damaging to their ability to grow and their ability to learn.
They are healthy because there's a lot of vegetables in there, and then it's got the potatoes and the meats. They're healthy, and the kids actually enjoy them. They look forward to when Foodlink comes.
March 2020 was the first time we'd ever held a community-wide drive-through distribution, and since that date we've done over 500 across our region, and they've been really instrumental as a mechanism to get people food as safely as possible. One thing that I think has made them really successful is that we've collaborated with a lot of our emergency food partners throughout the counties that we serve, including food pantries and other meal programs that know the community and can help set up the volunteers and infrastructure needed to hold these.
The service that Foodlink here is providing is one that this area is so lucky to have, because there's plenty of other areas where it's miles and miles and miles long. And we have multiple distribution sites here, and the way that it's being run is just absolutely, absolutely beautiful. The abundance of fresh produce, if we were to go to the store and buy this, we wouldn't be able to afford it.
When you go to the grocery store, these items is a big ticket price at the grocery store. So it helped us to be able to get some of the other things that we need.
You watch the evening news and you see communities with thousands of cars lined up at 5 a.m. to get food. And that doesn't happen in this community. And it's because Foodlink is so dispersed throughout the community that people don't have to line up by the thousands. Foodlink is in each block, in each community, and throughout the region.
I think one of the silver linings of this entire year has been seeing just how much coordination and collaboration and partnerships came together to make our regional-wide response possible. The crisis required that we collectively focus on what matters most, and that's exactly what we did.
As part of Action for a Better Community, we rely on other partners in the community, but I think one of our strongest partnerships has been with Foodlink throughout this pandemic from the beginning.
We're going to try and extend, in partnership with Foodlink, a whole lot better delivery of food to needs than we were doing before the virus.
While I know there's still so much work ahead of us, I'm still really proud of how this community has responded to date. and how the team here at Foodlink has responded. And I'm proud to be part of the nonprofit sector. I think a lot of people think of nonprofits as small, simple charities, but what this crisis has shown is that our nation, and certainly our region, really relies on nonprofits to hold things together. And we've seen them come up with a lot of complex and innovative solutions, all with one common theme: to care for the common good, to make sure people's basic needs are met, and in Foodlink's case, to make sure that every single person in our region is fed on any given day. And I'm proud of how we responded, and I know that we'll be ready to take on whatever lies ahead.